Okay, y'all, so I'm getting ready to season our salmon with some salt. I have some onion powder. And this is wild-caught salmon because wild-caught salmon is better for you. I have some complete seasoning. I like to use complete seasoning. It's an all-purpose seasoning, so I have some of that. We have some onion powder. We have some seasoned pepper. You know my favorite, seasoned pepper. We have, of course, green seasoning. I don't know about that green seasoning, and if you need to get the recipe for that, it's on my website at Divine Cuisine. And we also have Divine Cuisine's jerk seasoning or jerk rub that we'll be using to season up our salmon. And this is hot, so you only need like a tablespoon of it. I'll put a little more, but really just a tablespoon. And we're gonna mix all that up, y'all. I'll have a little bit of olive oil just for the marinade. And usually you can either do this overnight or for about an hour. Just marinate it up just to get all the spices and everything in here. And then we'll cook it, and then I'll take off the skin after it's finished cooking. Get all in there and get everything all nice and marinated in there. And we'll set this to the side and let it marinate, and we'll cook it. So that's what you will have. For your salmon, marinated jerk salmon. Okay. We're gonna pan sear it to get it a little bit of color, and then we're gonna end up cooking it off in the oven. Okay, y'all, so we're getting ready to season our peppers that will go into our pastelitos, our empanadas, our, what is it again?
Oh, pastelillos.
And our pastelillos, as Naomi would say. Pastelillos that we're making today that are just nothing but empanadas, y'all, empanadas. So we have red pepper, jalapeno pepper, and green peppers that I'm going to use for them today. And I want to saute these up, turn down the heat. You want it on like kind of medium, low heat. I'm gonna put a little bit of butter in there. So I have a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of butter, and then we're gonna season it with a little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt. This is like 1/8 teaspoon of all of these. But I'll have the recipe for you with the measurements. We're gonna have onion powder, a little bit of garlic powder. I forgot my other peppers, these over here. We have orange peppers too. Orange is a little sweeter. You know, the lighter the color, the sweeter the pepper. We have just a little tad of sugar spice, Divine Cuisine sugar spice in there. Give it a little sweetness. And then we have just a smidgen of cayenne pepper, because it's already going to be kind of spicy with the jerk. But we just want a smidgen of cayenne red pepper, y'all. And we're just going to pan saute this up until it softens. don't want it too soft. You still want it to have a little bit of bite to it. But this is going to be mixed in with our jerk salmon, our peppers. So these are pretty much done. The mixture for our pasta. All right. Say it again, Naomi.
Pastelillos.
Pastelillos. Empanadas, y'all. All right, y'all. So we got our jerk salmon for our Naomi.
Pastelillos.
For our pastelillos, our empanadas. So I'm just gonna roughly kind of like break it apart. Remember we did our peppers, and I took the skin off the back. So the skin is off the back. We're just gonna put it in our mixing bowl. It smells good. Put it in our mixing bowl with those peppers that I had earlier that I sauteed. And now we're gonna use our jerk sauce, our Divine Cuisine jerk sauce. We're gonna end up using that. And this jerk sauce, we used the seasoning earlier. That's more authentic, it's a little spicier. The jerk sauce is spicy, but it's made with tamarind, and it has a little sweet hint, you know, a little more sweet hintness to it. So we're just gonna stir all this up. And this was probably like a salmon, one salmon and a half of another salmon. You don't need a lot because you're not gonna put a lot of this mixture, you know, when you're making these. You don't need a whole bunch of mixture in the empanada. I'm gonna put a little more. I like mine a little saucy, y'all. You know, with our cheese, and sauce. And you want to make sure this is cool. You don't want to have it too hot when you're going to be assembling them, because it won't do good with the dough. The dough will start breaking apart. It won't bind very well. So you want to make sure that this is at least at room temperature, or even if you did this, you know, you can make your mixture and do it the next day. You want to make sure that, you know, it's either cold or at room temperature, but you don't want it hot, hot, hot. So this is what your mixture will look like. So your mixture looks just like that. And so now we're getting ready to go ahead and assemble. Cutting board of what we are doing. So you just flour that lightly, flour. I have the, this is the empanada dough that I'll be using. I got it from the Mexican store, but you probably can pick it up anywhere. But we have like a Latino or Latin farmer's market here in Atlanta. So that's what I went and got it. And you want it at room temperature. And this is what it looks like. So you just do that. I have a little bit of egg white and water here to help with the binding. So it's just egg whites and water. And you're just gonna take that and put that around the edges of the disc, of the empanada disc dough. We're gonna take a little bit of the mixture. You can take like probably gonna take about like a teaspoon of the mixture. Maybe 2 teaspoons. And I'm gonna do this a little different because I want it real cheesy. Do over. So I'm gonna put some cheese down first, right? A little bit of cheese down. Then you're gonna take your jerk salmon mixture and put that on top. Like so. You can put a little more cheese on it. Just a tiny. Nothing a lot. Then you're gonna turn it over just like halfway, like a half moon. You see that? You're gonna press down. Press down with a fork, because the fork is gonna close it, so it won't open. Real simple. So it should look like that when it's done. Like a little pie, a little pie. And you're just gonna continue to keep doing that. And you're probably gonna do about 5 to 6 minutes on each side. Okay, and then you just turn them over. You want them brown on both sides. Yeah, so now we have our empanadas. I'm gonna drizzle with a little bit of our jerk sauce. You know, do a little bit of garnish. Give y'all a little bit of green, a little bit of green, a little bit of green. And then we're gonna go in for the taste.